Hey guys, Tricia Turner here with the Tricia Turner Group and Real Brokerage. In case you missed our announcement a couple of weeks ago, we did switch from EXP over to the Real Brokerage now, another global brokerage. If you haven't heard much about Real, you'll hear a lot more about it as we continue to grow with the company, especially here in the Houston area. But if you have not paid attention to what we've been doing, I've been in real estate over 20 years and definitely here to always bring you most of the up-to-date information that I possibly can about the local market and the national market. Been in Houston all of my life, and the real estate market has definitely been challenging for us. So this is the last market update of August, as we will now move into September. So next week you will not be seeing a market update as it's Labor Day week. So look for another one in about 2 weeks. Wanted to let you know interest rates still are hovering higher than they have been in the last 10 years, somewhere between 7.2 and 7.6 as of today. What does that mean for a lot of people? That means that there are almost 50% of all homeowners that do have a mortgage under 3.5% interest rate, meaning going from a 3.5% interest rate or even a 3% interest rate to a 6.5 or a 7% interest rate definitely is going to be a little bit of a payment shock there. So a lot of people are hesitant about that. We again don't know the history of or where the future of mortgage rates are going to be. We do expect that they will trickle down some. When we looked at the housing report for today, we're showing housing inventory is at one of the highest that it's been in the last year, but we're also seeing homes not selling at all, which is something that we also have just started to see, or it's actually been like a year. So if you look back on history, September of 2022 is kind of when the market came to a screeching halt. We felt the slowdown in June of 2022. August was a little bit more of a slowdown, and then come September, like really came to a screeching halt. Fourth quarter of 2022, barely any homes were selling. It was just like, what the heck is going on? So as we approach September 2023, are we going to see some of that same stuff? We do not know, but likely so. The projections are so that we are likely going to see possibly a repeat of what we saw last September. Now, the Feds are talking about doing maybe one more rate increase. Could they get to 8%? Possibly. Some people that I talk to do believe we're going to see 8%. Will it happen in September? Possibly. If that is true, will we see a repeat of last September when things came to a screeching halt? Possibly. Now, on the flip side of that, what I can tell you that is a lot of new construction were able to solidify some really good interest rates on their products. So they've got I know some communities where they've got under a 5% interest rate. You could get in there, get some closing cost help, or use your own funds to buy down that interest rate and get you a really good interest rate, because again, people are really only concerned about that monthly payment. Know this, that whatever your interest rate you get today, tomorrow, or next week, or next month for that matter, never has to be a permanent thing. So we know that interest rates adjust, and you can refinance that rate once they adjust, and you should only really refinance if it's going to adjust down at least 1 point. Do we think that's going to happen? Heck yeah. I mean, they're over 7% right now. So of course, if I were you and I wanted to sell my home right now, number one, I'd have patience. Is it a good time to sell? Yes, it's a good time to sell because we have a slew of buyers. The unfortunate side is that a lot of buyers are listening to the wrong information and they're being misguided, because right now it's an absolutely great time for you to be buying a home because you can negotiate on the sales price. You can get money from the seller typically to help buy your interest rate down. And there are a lot less buyers out shopping for homes right now. So if I were a seller and I wanted to sell my home, I would talk to a real estate professional. That would be us, number one. Number two, I would make sure my home looked amazing with professional staging and marketing like we do. We do have our own staging company. And number three, I would make it happen sooner rather than later, because as interest rates trickle down, you'll see more homes come on the market because more sellers will be willing to sell. You're also going to see more buyers come off the fence and want to buy, meaning you could end up in a bidding war and lose absolute negotiating power. So There's your choices. There's your market update for now. You can kind of be the judge if you want to know what your home would likely sell for and how long it would sell. You can always schedule a call with us. We can do a free home evaluation, only takes a few minutes, or we can come by your house and give you an in-person one too. Also takes like 10-15 minutes. You can follow us on all of our social media sites to keep up to date with what's expected to happen. And remember, 2 weeks from now, you get your next market update because next week is Labor Day. So enjoy your Labor Day holiday next week. Have an awesome day. Bye.